Hey guys, Melissa here. In this video, I'm going to show you how I made these adorable little skeleton coffin earrings. I used some square and round copper wire to make these. They're pretty fun to make, so if you want to see how I made these, just stay tuned and I'll show you how. Right? Alright, so let's get started. I sketched out a couple sizes of coffins here and then I measured them out. I think I like this one here. I wanted it a little bit smaller, but I still wanted to accommodate my little beads. I think that fits pretty good, my skull. Or if I wanted to do a rose, that'll look nice too. So for this, I chose to use some 20 gauge square copper. And I'm going to pull this out as straight as I can. 3 inches should be sufficient, but to be on the safe side, I'm going to cut 4. Keep my ruler nearby because I'm going to start in the middle. You know what? I'm going to measure it out. I need my millimeter ruler here. I'm bouncing back and forth between inches and millimeters. So I'm going to mark the middle, center it off and go 1, 2, 3, 3.5 millimeters, 3.5 millimeters. So that should be 7 millimeters. $17 flip it over. $17 and another 5 millimeters. And I'll mark 3 millimeters in from that. Do the same for this one. Okay, so we've got everything marked. Just need to start bending. I'm going to use my little template here. Real quick, I'm going to show you how to make your own little coffin template. All you need to do is make a little cross. Going down, you're going to make it 20 millimeters. And about 5 millimeters down from that, you're going to make a 10 millimeter cross. Try to make it as straight as you can, perpendicular. So you're going to make a cross. So on the bottom, you're going along with my size, 7 millimeters on the bottom, and then on top, another 7 millimeters. And then it's pretty much connecting the dots. Oops. There. Yeah, that's basically how you can make your template. Just a guide for your wire. All my measurements are right here, and you can go off that if you want. And I'm going to use some flat nose pliers to do my bending. I'm going to do them right at these little marks. They're not quite 90 degrees. That's why it's helpful to have a little template. So that looks good there. Grab this little mark here and bend it in. Same over here. This mark goes straight across. My middle marks are lining up, so that looks like it's pretty good. I'm going to bend these guys upward. And I just go through and make sure all my angles are correct. Looks pretty good. Let's do this guy. Let me just tap them a little bit, make sure they're totally flat. I'm just using a rawhide mallet because I don't want any dents in them. Kind of excited about how these are turning out. I grabbed some bail making pliers here. What I think I'm going to do is kind of flare these outward. And then I'm going to make a loop, just a small loop, so you can hook them on some ear wires, or you can make a bead link and then hook them onto ear wires. All up to you. But I'm going to use the smallest part, the smallest loop-de-loop here, and take one end, one side, and loop it over. Take the other side and loop it over as well. And do the same on this one. And next we're just going to simply wrap these around. Let me grab the loops together in my flat nose so they're sturdy. And then secure everything by wrapping these wires around. Finish them both off in the back. I'm glad I did 4 inches. I had just enough. And then even out these loops. Same with the other side. Stabilize your loops. Start wrapping your wires around there. Okay, so this is where we're at so far. You can leave them as is, or you can add beads to them, which I'm going to do. I'm going to add little scully beads. Grab my 24 gauge. I grabbed at least like 6 inches. Let's keep the skull near the bottom so you have enough to wrap around the bottom of the frame. And what you're going to do with the top wire is you're going to bring it down one side of your skull and up the middle. Make sure that's nice and tight. Go down the other side and up the middle. And that's going to keep your little skull from twisting around on you. And now, with the top, we're going to bring this guy up and over and around your loop here, and you're going to feed it back down the bead. Without twisting, hopefully. Don't let it twist on you. And just tighten that up to the point where you want your little skull bead to lay. That looks pretty good. I want this loop to be underneath the loop bundle. Definitely don't want that coming loose. Before we attach the frame, we're gonna secure your long wire around the other wire. Kind of like a wrapped loop here. It also kind of looks like a rib cage. And you're going to bring these wires down and secure them to the frame. And they're going to start looking like legs and feet. I'm going to bring these ends forward and trim them off here. And smooth them out, tighten them up. Kind of looks like he's got his arms over his head, but I want to make a set of arms for him. Okay, let's bring it across. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this going upward to look like he's holding on with his hand. Okay, one more time around, make it look like 4 little fingers. I'm going to go around the rib cage once to kind of secure it. Make a coil on this side. Oh, what a silly looking guy. La 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 la. Let's make another. Look how adorable these guys are. I just grabbed some ear wires that I got at the Hobby Lobby, and they still need to be oxidized, but I think they're turning out adorable. All right, I'll be back in a jiffy. Okay, so I oxidized these guys. I also made a couple more variations. This one with some red roses. So I only went up and around the back. So I don't have legs here. I just attached the wire to the top like the skull bead, and then just one wire down to the bottom. So that's red rose, and then I got some teal rose. I believe I got these beads at Michael's. Really cute. I'll link last year's video above where I made a coffin pendant with a skull bead and some teal rose beads. So these earrings would go perfectly with that pendant if you were to make that as well. I'll also link it below in the description. You can find it there. And here are the skulls, little skellies. I just love these. I love how they turned out. Make sure to let me know in the comments what you think. And Halloween is tomorrow. My question of the week is, did you dress up for Halloween this year? And what did you dress up as? I dressed up as Ursula, so that was a lot of fun. So just let me know down below. I'll see you guys there. And once again, if you enjoyed this tutorial, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. There are more videos to come. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to trust the journey.